Reminder watchers, if you want to win a scale metal replica of Captain America's shield, follow the Marvelous Wave YouTube and leave a comment below telling us who your favorite Marvel villain is. Then head over to Twitter and tweet us at @stupendousswave with hashtag the Marvelous Wave and your favorite villain. The winner will be announced on March 19th, so keep an eye open, watchers. We have some amazing news for you today, watchers. The X-Men will soon have their own story in the MCU. In a few years' time, we'll see the X-Men in their own full-length movie called The Mutants. We still don't know anything about this entry as it was only announced yesterday. But with this new name, this might be a reboot similar to Spider-Man and the possible restart of the many Marvel shows where we skip the origins and start these stories shortly after the start or in the middle. This could mean we still see new characters and actors, and with the title Mutants it could mean an origin story for the arrival of the mutants in the MCU. Although we may see new versions of the X-Men characters or new actors taking the role, this doesn't rule out the possibility that the Fox's X-Men mutants are reprising their roles as new versions as well. Either way, the question still arises how mutants will be introduced. Will we find out that mutants have existed for years in the shadows and it will start similar to First Class with Professor X and Magneto or other mutants finding and eventually forming the X-Men and Brotherhood of Mutants in the MCU. And with the MCU taking many liberties with the stories that they make based on the comics, the methods by which Homo Superior began to mutate could be very different from the comics or past movies. While it could still be radiation from nuclear weapons mixed with the natural next step in human evolution, perhaps there are some current events that have begun to affect those who will later be known as mutants in the MCU. It's possible that the Hex put off enough CMBR radiation around Westview from WandaVision that mutants began to mutate from this radiation. And if mutants have existed all this time, how will they explain how they have hidden themselves away for so many years, with mutants being such a controversial topic in the main Marvel Comics universe? Although we will likely see tie-ins to comic stories and characters, we are probably going to get a whole new story about mutants in the MCU. With the possibilities of all new mutants, origins, and even stories, this announcement is some good news on top of all the amazing events that are currently happening in the MCU. We are in for some truly great stories and arcs in the MCU for the next couple of years, and it will only get better from here on out. How do you think mutants will fit into the MCU? Will we see the origins of the X-Men and the Brotherhood of Mutants, or find that they have already existed in the MCU? And what story do you want to see carried out by the mutants in their first entry? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and please like this video and subscribe to assemble and join our team, and have a great day.